Hi, it's Kiara.
And it's Tanesha, and you're now entering the sister chat. Welcome to Main Event Mamas. How you
Woo-hoo.
doing?
Oh my goodness, there's a lot happening this week. We hope you guys enjoyed our parenting episode yesterday. And I want to remind you, if you didn't, because you probably didn't missed it, because you didn't subscribe yet, this is your moment to hit that button and that bell to get that subscribe on, so you can know first when our content drops. You can find out when our shorts are ready. You can find out when our guest stars pop up, because you need to know, because it means you're missing out on something special. So we just want to remind you, this is your moment. Now, a lot happened today, so I actually have to start the show on a somber note.
Yes.
Though we will engage and talk about the streets are talking.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to do that, and then I'll give you a rundown of all the other stuff we're gonna talk about today. But so this afternoon we got notice that Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71. And it's a complicated issue for a lot of people, I think. I think it's interesting because not too long ago we saw him on Raw and everybody was in their boo lane, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the internet wrestling community went off online. And I think ultimately there's a few things we can take from this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that I never rejoice when anyone leaves this earthly plane, unless, they're in severe pain and, they're ready to go. But certainly he was loved by fans, by his family, whatever the case. So I do want to offer my sincere condolences to his loved ones, because it's never a good thing losing someone that means a lot to you. And as someone who has dealt with many a complicated figure in my life, no matter what they've done or what they've said, it's still a human. And we have to recognize at the end of the day, he did mean a lot to a lot of wrestling fans. We grew up with the Hulk Hogans and the Macho Mans and the Ric Flairs. And maybe we wouldn't have the opportunities for wrestling to get as big as it did without that central figure kind of bringing us all together. So I do want to just take a moment, like I said, and give my sincere condolences to his family. I really hope that he had a chance to connect with his daughter, because I did see a news story not too long ago that she wasn't talking to her parents. But ultimately, it's just a reminder that life is really short, right? So don't spend all that negative energy out there. First of all, karma brings it back. And then second of all, we're only here for a limited amount of time. So just take a moment to love somebody today. I'm just going to take Adam Pearce's internet catchphrase, because I think at the end of the day, the more light and love you put in the world, the better, right? So there you go. That's how we started the show today. Any thoughts, Tanisha?
Definitely, never rejoice, regardless of what type of person they, well, unless you like a serial killer or something.
Okay, yeah, that's a little different.
Child molester.
Okay, there's a few exceptions, but let's focus on this particular one.
But I'm just saying, there are a few exceptions. I mean, we're talking about this moment. However, I do hope that he was able to at least reconcile with his daughter. Like we've said, that our relationship with our father is a very complicated one. And we also understand how that feels to not be able to resolve any issues, especially me, any issues that you may be having, before they pass. Because now you have the woulda, shoulda, coulda, I coulda, maybe, I should have, maybe, and you never know. So I really do hope that he took the moment to be able to see his grandkids, that they were be able to have that moment, and that this wasn't a sudden passing for them. So I do send my condolences out to his family and any friends and loved ones that was in his circle that is mourning his loss.
So again, we know he was problematic, but listen, we're all humans at the end of the day, and I think it's important to acknowledge that he does leave a legacy of a lot of greatness in wrestling, and many of us would not have had the opportunity to be introduced to it without having that central figure of popularity kind of drawing us all in, especially during our childhood. So I just wanted to get that out there. All right, now that was heavy. So
yes, can we lighten the load?
Yeah, we're going to get into the streets are really, really talking, because part 2, there's a lot to talk about today. the streets in particular, I heard a thing about Karrion Kross and Scarlett today.
Oh no, what?
So listen, apparently they haven't signed a new contract.
Man, not them starting this BS. Not them starting this BS. Like, right in the prime, like, we actually got him on camera. We actually, like, yes, I get it. It's Sammy, but y'all can make him start feuding with somebody else, too. Because, I mean, come on. He's showing how talented he is. This is unacceptable.
It's absolutely unacceptable. I was like, you mean I'm going to miss Scarlett? Oh, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. Y'all better fix that. Somebody's sleeping on a job and contracts. Somebody's sleeping. Y'all need to get together. Chop. Because, you know, we want to make sure we don't miss not one moment of Karrion. Even though he out here doing his thing, his big thing with his biography, which is doing incredibly well. So we want to congratulate him on that, absolutely. But yeah, y'all need to fix this as soon as possible. I mean, urgently. Need to offer them a contract that is worthy of their talent. So that's it. Don't really love that. All right. Another cool thing I found out that according to a recent Variety article, WWE hit 6 straight months in Netflix top 10 with their Raw show, which is super exciting. I think it showcases for me the power of wrestling. I hope that it gives more promotions the opportunity to get TV deals. And the fact that even though they went to streaming, you know, we still have the USA Network too, but even though they went to streaming, it really kind of, I hope, paves the way for more opportunities like this, because clearly Netflix is making money off of this deal, and that's good news. That's good news to behold, because, I mean, if I could get more wrestling on streaming, shout out TNA. I'm trying to see y'all without additional costs in my day. So yes, I really am excited to hear that. And I know I'm watching Raw every Monday.
I do. If I miss it every Monday, I definitely watch it later on that day. I mean, y'all can stop with all the ads, though. I'm just saying. I'm not paying for streaming to have ads.
Right?
Okay?
That's true. I remember
if I wanted the ads. I know. I remember they had none eat, too. I get it. But no, I'm not paying. First off, Netflix costs too much, so I ain't paying all this money for me to have some ads. Okay?
Amen. Y'all cost a lot of money, so.
And Peacock, get your life together too, because I ain't paying a whole year subscription for me to have ad.
Listen, Peacock.
That was the whole point of the premium.
Was
for me not to have no ads. Okay, the premium was for me to have no ads and be able to download how many things I wanted to download and be able to watch. That's what that was for. Yes, no ads. So why do I have ads on here? I don't understand.
I'd like some answers, because I pay the most not to have ads anywhere. I mean, for real. So if you could just please abide by that. And still a lot of people, even my Spotify account now has ads on random things. Like, oh, we can't add this to your non-commercial agreement. Y'all need to figure that out, because I don't like commercials. I see enough of them, and I understand the ad industry and all of that. And
yes, I'm about to say. I'm about to say they probably doing it because now, like, oh, look at the opportunity. Now a lot of people have cable, but homie, there's some channels that we have to have cable for, because if we don't have cable, those channels ain't gonna survive. They not going to Netflix. True. They ain't do I can download the app, but then it goes subscribe to your TV provider. I don't have one of those. What you talking about?
That's real. That's real.
So, I'm saying let them stay for TV.
That's fair. That's fair. We also got a Roman video this week. I know. You excited? Got a little video this week where he was talking about, he was talking to Jay, talking about, hey, man, we ain't got nothing to do for SummerSlam.
Let's go kick these niggas' ass. Let's go kick their ass.
Let's get it, he said. And then Jay's response was one to behold. Was
in truest form. Listen, this is Instagram. He can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants on there. Okay. In essence, do we think that you probably should have had someone check it first before you posted it? Probably. Or maybe you should have or you could have just sent it to him personally. That way, and then waited until you were a little bit less inebriated. And
perhaps you could have just filmed it this coming Monday when, you know, y'all was back together, because I don't think you would be that inebriated with the tribal chief in your presence on your way to work. So, but you looked real, I don't know if I have the word for what that looked like, but
you look really inebriated. In some capacity, you were intoxicated. In whatever form you chose to be intoxicated in, that's what it looked like. Now, if this was you just being naturally, then okay, we apologize. But we've seen you at post shows, so I'm pretty sure you had something that made you feel a little loose in the goose.
And lastly, for our Streets Are Talking segment, because we're just gonna move on right now, because you know what, I don't have any further words about that. Cardi B is living it up on X right now.
Hey, I love you some Cardi B. Hey.
You know, here she go. Anyway, she is living it up. There's a lot of smack talking going back with some Naomi, some Bailey, some Triple H's. Like, everybody want a piece of Cardi? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, she coming to host SummerSlam. Maybe we can get her in that ring. You know,
maybe. I mean, I definitely saw her going back and forth with Naomi, and she was like,
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't switch up on my friends, and she was like, oh, and I was like, you know what? I hear you, but I think you're on the wrong side of this, Cardi. And I love you, and I say this respectfully, so please don't come for me, because I definitely love you. I know all the words to Outside.
I do too.
And WAP. And enough.
Okay, she's a little bit more of a fan
jealous.
Of this, but
anyway,
yes.
I'm a real good fan. I've watched you from Love and Hip Hop. Anyway.
Wow. You taking it back.
I'm taking it all the way back. And to watch your growth is amazing. And how you still stay yourself is amazing. So I just want you to give you those kudos. But I also want you to know you may be on the wrong side of this when it comes to Bianca and Naomi. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. Bianca was in on it. And I don't want you to find out. And now you feel like you got betrayed because you're not trying to betray over here. And you're supposed to be peoples with Naomi. Just saying.
She said don't be riding for things that maybe we don't have a full answer on.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. I just don't want you, because I understand loyalty is a big thing. From us New York girls, loyalty is a big thing. So I get you. I just don't want you to be on the wrong side of it.
That's fair.
But if you're talking junk to Triple H, go ahead, talk your junk to Triple H. And if you're talking junk to whoever else, talk your junk. I'm just saying.
I'm saying Bailey says she free. And I hear Bailey free. And so, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want these Bronx hands. You don't want the Bronx hands. I'm just saying you don't want the Bronx hands. We fight dirty over here. Nah, I'm going to say Cardi, because we fight dirty out here in these streets in New York. And you from the Bronx, the Boogie Down? Nah, if you haven't heard about the Bronx, look it up. I wouldn't mess with that.
Keep acting like I don't know nothing about New York. Okay.
So. Well, I mean, I'm saying our listeners, they may not know, and Bailey don't know nothing about no streets of the Bronx. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know Bailey do not know. She does not walk around that Bronx without no security. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That was it. Our Streets Are Talking segment, and clearly we could keep talking about the streets, but we're going to take you on a journey from this weekend. We had an amazing weekend. Tanesha got a chance to see TNA Slammiversary in person.
I did.
So first we're gonna download on SmackDown. Then we're gonna hit the TNA Slammiversary, because there's a lot to unpack there. That was our first time enjoying the TNA experience. And then we're gonna wrap it up.
It was my first time also being at a pay-per-view too, so you know.
Oh, that's right. It was. Yeah, I've been at pay-per-views. But yeah, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. But we have a lot to say about Slammiversary. And then we're going to hit the Raw. And then we're going to finish with the NXT. So we got a lot to talk about, including you in on it. You ready for the ride?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's get it. Hi, guys. Kiara here. I want to take a moment and let you know we had a slight technical difficulty around this point in the episode. So before we move on to the rest of our recap, I want to share a special message from Main Event Mama co-host Tanesha. Right after that, we'll get right back into our recap. Enjoy.
Hi guys, it's me, Tanesha. Anytime you've ever felt sad and don't know what to do, just call a friend.
Anyway, let's talk SmackDown because I don't know what just happened. My thing just stopped working. Anyway, so all right, a lot happened on SmackDown. So I think let's start with the way the show opened. Let's talk about that crazy hit and run situation in which Solo got Jacob.
He tried it.
You know, he got Jacob semi-arrested, or rather detained, by the police and questioned, and we clearly saw Jacob like F the police. That was funny.
He definitely did. He was like, and then he looked and he's like, I ain't talking to these. What am I talking it up for?
It was funny.
You got me messed up. And he's like, but just go because they just want to have some questions. It
was funny. I just want to say I was at home in stitches. And then ultimately it ended up with, you know, Adam Pearce announcing the steel cage match. And then, you know, a little bit of a jail time for Solo because crime doesn't pay, does it? Doesn't pay?
No. And he was like, yeah, go arrest that man. He was like, wait, why y'all arresting me? Like, sir, what you thought was going to happen? You just... And then what killed me the most was when he was going to the cop car and Cody passed me, go, Cody, hey Cody, help me out. Cody looked at him like, see you later.
That was funny. I was like, this is not my problem.
Cody, but I didn't. Oh, and I was like, well, sir.
You're on your own there.
You on your own. Even your people didn't come follow you.
They did. I was like, I hope somebody has a lawyer.
Your people didn't even come follow you, sir. I think you need to take another evaluation because they weren't even trying to help you. You know what ended up happening? This is why I'm saying, remember how they were saying, you know, Jacob should be using the N-word, but they understand that their skin color,
it matters,
makes them that to the police.
It mattered.
And they was like, we ain't coming, unfortunately, to save you right now because
they ain't trying to get got either. That's it's like, listen, we hate this for you, but we're not going to help you. So that was probably the funniest little umbrella storyline of SmackDown. That was hilarious. Other stuff happened though too, like that Stephanie Vaquer and Piper match, which was really good. It's kicking off that little feud with Stephanie and Piper, and
that came out of nowhere. Like I feel like that was really out of nowhere. I was trying to figure out why. At least if y'all gonna start feuds, make it make sense at first, because y'all just be starting anything, and that's not how that works.
I thought Stephanie was on Raw, so I was a little confused as to...
She everywhere, because they don't know what to do with her.
You see... Oh, I forgot to mention, did you see the little side piece in the back? They had a little vignette where somebody was talking, I don't remember right now, but it was Julia, and I think Kiana James in the back, like, talking. And I was like... we didn't see Kiana James on TV. Time. Yeah, huh?
I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that. Normally, I'm the one who catch everything. I didn't catch that. I must have turned my head or something.
I was looking in the back. I was like, that looks like Kiana James, and I found out she had a match on Main Event, and I was like, well, that makes sense now. And I thought she was a SmackDown superstar too. So I was confused, and I wish WWE would like help me figure out who belongs where. When is this draft happening? Because
I don't think it's happening. I think they're just letting everybody free for all.
Everybody's just doing what they do?
I think so.
Okay, well, I mean, to be expected. All right, so that was fun. And to go on the other side of the women situation, we got Charlotte and Alexa apparently in it for the long haul.
I like them.
I do too.
I want to say this was an unexpected pair that I didn't think I needed. But now, when I even look at them, even when they do the, when they're talking about SummerSlam and they have like first off, I don't know what kind of graphics they're doing and why they be...
These graphics are special this year.
It's special, and even with me not liking Jade like that, I don't know why they picked that particular picture to go against Tiffany. What were y'all? What?
I don't know.
Out of all pictures of Jade, y'all picked that one.
Yes.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we need to take a moment and record this piece. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a something, a meme, a something out of that, because we may never hear it again.
Probably not. So, but I like them together. I didn't think that this was the pairing that we need. And of course, I have to get their shirts, which you can also get from using our affiliate website. You can get their shirt. We are not friends. Mm-hmm. But I need to get one on their website. So while you on there getting the shirt, hit me up and give me one too. But anyway, I just think that their pairing is so unique, but it's something that we needed, that I don't think we realized we needed, and the fact that, or they needed, and the fact of their skill level. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm very happy that they are not having Charlotte just chase for the women's championship, and actually showing her that there's other things that you can do, Charlotte. I understand you're trying to go the path for your father, but your dad held other titles too. So let's get on that path. So I think seeing that is good, and I can't wait to see what else they keep cooking up.
Well, yeah, it was a great match with Raquel and Roxanne, who seems to be fitting in quite nicely.
You know what?
We'll get to Raw later.
I ain't gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole, because I mean, I like Liv, but I can see what they do, and you dirty.
Well, yeah, we'll get more into that in Raw, but I thought Raquel and Roxanne made a great tag team. This match was really good. It was actually one of my favorites from SmackDown, because it was fun to just see Charlotte a little more lighthearted, and I think Alexa brings that out of her. And then I think Alexa is just amazing. So the fact that we just get to see her spotlight too, it's nice seeing them together and in a spotlight together. Now, I do suspect eventually we will have some kind of breakup storyline, because that's just the way we do here in WWE. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying her throwing Lily at Charlotte, and then Charlotte being like, what is this? Don't do it again. It was fun, and I liked it. Another thing we could talk about before we get to the end all is the Andrade and Rey Fénix match. You know, they're number one contenders now.
I think they're a good tag team title too. I know you wanted to see Rey Fénix with his brother, but they make a good pair too.
They do.
They work really well together. They gel really well together. So I'm excited to see them, and I'm also excited to see that we have a different number one contender and not the same people.
Yes, it was I just have to say, kudos.
Even though, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, because
even
though who they're going up against, I get that. But they can just, they can battle that. But go ahead.
They can battle what, Wyatt 6 and all of that there? Yeah, okay. Anyway, my point is, it's really exciting watching all these segments with the tag teams in back. That is probably one of my favorite parts of SmackDown now, is to watch them in the back and watch, DIY try to, get everybody together and everybody be like, F y'all, we don't like y'all, don't nobody listen to y'all. I mean, it's really funny. And I was thinking about that even this week in Fraxium and the Motor City Machine Guns. I was like, they have such a comedic timing with all of them that I'm just enjoying the interactions between all of them. But yes, I agree with you. I think Rey Fénix and Andrade, I've said it before, they make an amazing tag team. They are fantastic together. I think Rey Fénix is another one of those, and Andrade either, another one of those utility players that they work really well together. Both of them have been in tag teams. Remember, Andrade was in a tag team for a long time in the WWE. So I was like with, what's his name? Angel. Carrillo. You remember that? Anyway, I remember that, and they were in a tag team.
I remember Andrade with
Zelina.
That's it.
They were together. It was Andrade, Zelina, and Angel.
Oh, that's right. Angel did, but he didn't come again. Wow, that's so old. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, I saw it. Anyway, and I enjoyed that tag team. But basically, all I'm saying is those two are also two great utility players, and I think, watching them join, like I mentioned before, join this tag team division is hella fun. They're doing great. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about Cody and John Cena's situation. Okay, I have thoughts, so I'm gonna let you go first.
You got thoughts? Oh, I was gonna say, John Cena, you were a punk, and he called you out on it and beat your ass, and then told you it was a street fight. Now, granted, do I think Cody can fight in a street fight? Not really, but each their own. But either way, And technically, I don't know, because he technically, yes, John Cena signed it, but you forced him to sign it. It wasn't like he actually signed it. I don't even think he signed
That's not
his
legal.
name correctly. That's what I'm saying. I said, I don't even think you even signed his name right. Because I'm saying, I was like, is that his signature? I don't even know.
Yep,
I was like, so,
legal.
I was like, so, I don't know. But apparently, it's already official because y'all been advertising it, so.
Definitely is official.
What is your thoughts? What is your takes? What do you feel about this? I mean, technically, you know how you feel about John Cena. And we know how you feel about Cody. But how do you feel about how it went
this
down?
Situation?
And do you feel...
It was quite predictable.
Wait. But do you also feel that they should be the ones fighting at SummerSlam?
No. I don't. But I said that before. And since I can't undo that, I don't even want to get into that again. Okay. But I will say, I don't know that this made it any more exciting. You know that. Like, I don't think a street fight made this any more exciting between John Cena and Cody. Because I honestly don't think John Cena's losing that title. So, to me, I don't see the benefit for Cody to do this again if they're not going to take the title off of John. It just kind of makes it like another way for him to lose, and I don't love that either. I'm just like, I feel like Cody's a little lost right now, and I think I don't know if I said this before, if it's just in my head a little bit, but ever since he lost the title, they just don't seem like he's just floating around having, I don't want to say meaninglessly feuds, but kind of not really impactful feuds. And the way that I love Cody, I don't understand why they're not mixing it up even more. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what the next step for Cody would make sense, especially if they're planning to keep that damn title on John Cena, because I feel like this street fight is going to be a shenanigans fest again. I hope very much there's no more Travis Scott though.
I heard from the streets. We didn't talk about that. I heard from the streets. He ain't gonna wrestle no more. He done. He don't want to do that no more.
Oh, you did? I heard that he was a slow learner.
No,
the streets.
No. I know. I saw an article. He said he did because there was supposed to be some meaningless feud between him and Cody, and then because it didn't happen or whatever, he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, yeah. I
can't quote my source because I don't remember right now.
I got other street information that said that he wasn't a quick learner, and that's why they moved on from him to the whole Jelly Roll situation.
Well, either way, he ain't wrestling anymore.
That's fine. I mean, I ain't gonna miss it. I ain't gonna cry not one tear. That's fine. Either way, I don't know. I'm a little ambivalent to this. I hope that they prove me wrong. I feel like we definitely had a lot of critiques leading up to Evolution, and the matches kind of made up for it. So I'm hoping the same thing happens with Cody and John, because it was very predictable. I kind of knew what was going to happen the second, like, John came to the ring, like, I can't do it, I can't make it, blah, blah. And
really?
then,
I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't expect him to say that.
I just knew, like, I was like, he's up to some shenanigans why he can't do it. And then I was like, this is going to end with them still signing this stupid contract, even though they did release that contract. So I don't know. I might put it up here in the video when I upload it. They released a contract, and it was an image, and it was hilarious, because clearly we saw how Cody signed that contract, and therefore it cannot be a pending document. But in wrestling world, you know, we live, we learn, and we move on.
These are not really official documents. It's just for show. The match is already set. It's already done.
You know, it just was a moment for us. But all that being said, I think this is our moment to move on to TNA, because I know.
Wait. I just had an idea.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
They can sit here, because you sat here and said that Cody is lost.
Yes.
Right? And says Karrion is so on Sammy about you need to admit that you have evil thoughts or whatever. He needs to do that to Cody. I think that would be some good TV, because they'd be like, no, because then it's like, you do need it, because he has been floating around and doing like, it was all trying to get back to the championship, and it's like, sir, I get it. Once you get to the top of the mountain, you don't want to go back down to the top of the mountain, but there's all these other different titles. But I think you're right. He needs to find who he is now, because He no longer has a story. He already succeeds his father's story. That was the whole point. We were finishing that story. You got the championship. You held it for a good, a year? You held it for your dad.
What's
that? You didn't lose it for your dad.
That's right. That's right.
So what you gaining the championship back for is to prove something. So I think Karrion could be a good little
addition.
He can have two feuds going on, and I think that's kind of cute. I'll be kind of, because remember, Sammy and Cody and everybody. You got everybody.
That might work. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love that creativity right there, because I can see that. I definitely can see Karrion whispering in Cody's ear. I think I'd love to see that. Somebody needs to be the devil.
And then Brandy come out like, bitch, stop talking to my husband. See, you know.
I'm gonna let Brandy enjoy her yoga stuff. She may not be interested in much more of this wrestling stuff.
But I'm just saying, we know how she feels about her man. So if Charlotte starts,
True.
interfering,
much respect to Brandy.
Start,
not gonna lie.
I'm just saying. But that could be a good.
It would give him something. Which he needs something
else.
So yes, I think I love that idea, and I'm glad we stopped to talk about it. Okay, now can we talk about TNA Slammiversary?
Yes, we can talk about TNA.
So tell me about all the things. How was your visit? Okay. Did you like it? Like, what was your impressions? You gotta tell me.
Okay, so what y'all don't know is that I also had her and our other sister on FaceTime the whole time I was there. So technically, we had our own little watch party with each other.
Yes.
But I will tell you, for my first pay-per-view, it was amazing. And I definitely... Now, WWE Universe, please don't hate me. But I actually like TNA better than WWE. And let me tell you why. You know how sometimes WWE just starts filling in fluff? Just to be filling in fluff. And you be sitting there live going, why is this match happening? Now granted, TNA did have two matches like that, but then they sped up and it was like, ooh, now we're watching what's going on. So I would rather go to a TNA event again than go to WWE. I know that's bad, but
when's the last time you went to a WWE event though? Because I had a blast, and you've never gone to
Raw.
PLE with WWE.
I never went to the PLE, but you want to know something? I'm also going by the events of me watching TV. So, as y'all all know, I normally fast forward through things. I don't like it. That's why I record stuff, so I can fast forward to it, because I don't want to watch it. If it's stupid, it's boring, it's not a guy. Gotta go. My attention span is not that long. So, when I was at the last live event, now granted, that was very many moons ago, but it was a Raw event. I definitely was sitting there for a good couple of matches like, anybody else watching this? Nobody else watching this? Okay. And
I think
that's not what happened this time.
No.
That's not what happened this time. But also, I went on a courtesy of our Culture
Clash Network.
Thank you. I had it in my head. Culture Class Network, Marks with Mikes.
That's right. Podcast.
JT. Shout out to them, because that's how I was able to go. And, actually, and network too. But ultimately, it was amazing. And when I talk about the nonsense that was said, I don't know if you watched TNA, guys, but the nonsense that was said, especially during Tessa and Indy's match, yeah, I'm happy they blinked all that out, because they was talking mad junk to Tessa, and it was very like when she almost won, we all was gasping, holding our breaths. Like when I say that audience was, and then when she like they kicked out, we like you can feel all the air come back into the stadium. It was great. I definitely, when I got there, I missed the Inspiration match. I thought they didn't have it from looking at the thing, but clearly they did. So I missed that match, but I got there when...
I did too. I tuned in later. I didn't realize it was on.
I didn't realize. But either way, Enzo, but I know he's called the real one, walked in on that, so that brought me back. I was like, yes, okay. And let's see. The big shock of it all. I got two shocks.
Okay.
definitely, what's her name? JC Jade.
ACJ.
Her winning. When I tell you,
She's a double champion now, girl.
we all was like, what? We all was like, no, no, how did that happen? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, no, we're not happy that you won, ma'am. Like, no.
I was upset. I was watching at home upset too. I was like, how did this happen? I'm pretty sure I said this on either X or Threads. I'm like, somebody make it make sense.
Like, it didn't make sense, and it still don't make sense. I don't care what she looks like on NXT. It still don't make no sense why she got to.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. But what I will tell y'all, that ladder match was amazing. Now, granted, I do think they got those ladders from Ladders R Us. No, they got their ladders from Home Depot because they did not break. And I don't know what was going on with AJ because he fell. He hurt his legs. Listen, all I know is him and his partner never got back up.
They didn't, though.
They didn't get back up. And then to watch Jeff, first off, to watch Matt leave Jeff in the ring, we're like, where are you going? He's like, I'll be right back. And Jeff was looking at him like, we're the only ones in the... What? Where are you going?
That was fun.
And then to watch the ladder that comes from the helicopter come down, it was like, you know what? I am so done. I did not expect that one. And then to watch them climb up. Granted, now Jeff couldn't climb up. I don't know what was happening. It was swinging. But either way, that was good. To also know that Bubba, the Dudley boys, I thought both of them were coming out, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. This is great. Oh my goodness, this is my childhood. Hey. So definitely want to be there at the Balance of Glory so I could watch that match because I'm going to probably scream my head off. Because that was the other thing. I think my sister can attest that I was probably the most happiest I've ever been on the phone. They even had to tell me shut up.
Yes, we did.
Because I was doing too much. And then we're going to talk about this trick. And this Joe Hendry. And Santana. Let me first off. Why didn't y'all ever tell me Joe Hendry's song is a 2-part song?
That's because you always fast forward and you don't listen through it.
That's right, I do. Because I could not fast forward. Because I was like, what is it? Why? Everybody's raising their hand. Why? I will say, Santana's entrance was amazing. He definitely represented New York. Everyone in that stadium was for him. 110%. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing about New York representing New York for him. Now, when Trick came out with the Harlem Gospel Choir,
it was so fun to watch on TV, I have to tell you.
Listen, but to watch it in person, it was like, I have never sung Whoop That Trick so loud in my life. And then when he came out, and then they started singing it with, I was like, you know what? You better harmonize. I hear y'all out here in these streets, yes. And now granted, now they did not like Trick. Yes, they all were singing "Whoop That Trick," but then once it came to like announcing and he was trying to talk to the crowd, they were like, "Nah, we don't want you. We want Mike. We want Mike. We don't want you." So when he faked that injury,
she bought into it so hardcore.
I bought into it so hard because I was like, "Wait, he really can't like." Because then I'm looking at the screen because she's streaming it.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I can't see. So now I'm looking at the screen and I was like, oh, wait, Joe did try to get it. And he's like, nah, get off of me. He's like, okay. And I was like, oh, no. He really hurt himself because now Joe's not even focused on him. So now, of course, I'm going, well, he's out. So that means Mike is going to win. Joe ain't going to win. So I'm all in this. And then, like, the refs, everybody come down. They're trying to get him up. And he's, like, falling and collapsing. I was like, oh, my goodness, what's going on? What's happening? And I'm like, oh, no, he really hurt himself. This is crazy because I actually watch him really hurt himself. That's ridiculous. And then to watch him run back into that ring. It happened so fast. I know it was like a blink of an eye. I said, wait a minute. I felt highly betrayed. I got bamboozled to the fifth power.
He did.
That was not cool. And then of course he goes back up there and he's like, "Whoop that trick." And I was like, you got me good that time there, sir. Let's see, what else did I not cover?
Leon Slater and Moose.
Okay, yes. Moose is huge. And him coming out on that throne, I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of fire. Seeing it in person was kind of fire. I know my sister Kai was talking a lot of stuff. She was like, "What is he? He got white ones." Listen, seeing it in person, it was like, "Well, that's fine. You better represent, dear sir. Yes, okay, you the champion. I hear you." Now, granted, Leon, I liked him. I liked his entrance. I wish I would have really got it from the beginning when he was dancing and he was doing his thing. I said, "Hey, okay, I can get with this." And then he had the paint, and I was like, "What are we doing? Are you an alien? What's happening?" I wasn't sure what's going on. I didn't understand. I was like, well, maybe it's for bright. Maybe you think you're from Wakanda. I don't know. But then it started wearing off, and I was like, "Are you getting powers because it's wearing off, or is it not wearing? Are you wearing off and you're losing your powers? What's happening? I need to understand what's happening." Yeah, I had them cracking up because I was sitting here talking so much junk while I was watching this match. And then Moose hurt himself because then you could tell he was like, "I cannot
hurt
run."
Himself, right?
Yeah, like I can't really run like this. But that was just cool to watch them have their youngest person win the championship, and he actually won it. Granted, Moose was hurt. I think if Moose wasn't hurt, I don't know, could have went a couple of ways. But he definitely did some moves. I think that was the most out of all the matches. That was the one where I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute." And I would tell them, "Hey, wait, guys," because I was like at least 20 seconds ahead or 30 seconds ahead. And I was like, "Guys, wait, watch. And so then they can hear why I was reacting how I was watching. Especially he did some move. He did some I don't know what he did. They did a couple moves in there. And I was just like, "What did y'all? Wait a minute, sir. What are you doing?"
It was not
and I think that's when he hurt his back because they were just doing too much. But either way, for my first event and networking thing, I did well, and I was not alone because my sister was there, right there with me, and making sure, because she also made sure I got home safe too. So she was so that was a dedication of what, 5 hours?
Yes. Beyond
5 hours.
TNA's ending, I was still on the phone.
So yeah, so either way, it was a very overall. But what do you think from what you saw?
I loved it.
I covered a lot.
I think because I got to do it 2 ways. The one thing I always hate is when you go in person, you can't see all the things that you can see on TV. You can't hear the commentary. Now, this is not to say that it's not fun. I mean, every time I've gone, whether it was WrestleMania or just a regular event, I had fun with the people around me because there's nothing like wrestling fans to watch wrestling with. Like, you will go in, you will fight, you will argue, you will laugh, you will scream. It's just nothing like having that same energy of people who have that same love that you have. You're like, yeah, everyone's doing it. So it was so great to watch. From my first TNA event, because I didn't even watch it when it was like Impact TNA back in the day. Like, this is my very first TNA experience.
So was mine.
And I was like, amazed. I was amazed. I thought every match I'm like, apparently I need to have a new subscription. Again, this is my reminder for TNA. If y'all could just go hurry up and get that TV deal and hopefully be broadcast by one of my other streaming services so I don't have to continue additionally purchasing things. But I do not regret purchasing that PLE at all because it was fantastic and I loved every minute of it. And the Hardys, okay, now I have seen the Hardys all through this. Like, I have been watching them in WWE, I watched them in AEW, like watching them in TNA. I watched them in NXT when they came over and visited. Watching them in TNA was a different experience. I definitely enjoyed the creativity in the ladder match because literally I was like, oh, not another ladder match with them, like 600 for them. But it was so much creativity throughout that match. And that ladder falling from the rafters, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, my poor husband and kids were like, oh, she's watching wrestling. Okay, we're gonna just go upstairs now. Just like, gonna leave you. But the dog refused to be in the room with me. That's how dedicated I was to this situation. It was great. It was so, like as you said, like people leaving, the ladder from the ceiling, those crazy spots that stressed me out. I hope AJ Francis is okay, because I was scared. Everything about it, I loved it. And even, of course, seeing AJ Styles come back. Now, I don't know what it meant because I didn't watch him in TNA initially, but watching him come back and, like, the love that he had for it and being introduced to all these new characters, I'm down. So if you want to go to Bound for Glory, we gonna try to go to Bound for Glory because I'm trying to be there.
And you want to know who I forgot to mention?
Who?
The Cedric and
Oh my God,
Mustafa match.
Mustafa.
That match,
That was incredible. Yes, that was
and Miss
incredible.
Tracy still, she definitely sold that backbreaker, because that was
Tasha.
a little. But I ain't gonna lie, I definitely was like, I started yelling. I was like, "Why you up on that apron?" I was doing the most. I was like, "Why you up there? Girl, go down." And then when it was like, when she got ejected, I was singing the song, "Na na na na, hey hey, goodbye." You know, we were singing that song. And when she came back, I was talking about it. I said, why you back here? What you about to do? I said, you better tell her. You better show her
She
what she
took
gonna
that
do.
move like a champ, though, because I wanted to cry.
She did, but I was very hyped. Okay, I was very hyped. That was a really good match. Like, that was to open TNA Slammiversary. That was a really good match, and I feel like that set the tone for all the other matches. Because how can you follow that?
Right.
But I'm good. I'm good now.
You good? Okay. Well, I also want to say I understand why they had record attendance, and I can't wait to also join their record attendance the next time, because I have to go and see this in person. And
well, technically, you were a part of the record, because you were
did.
technically there virtually.
I did virtually. Also, I did see it, and it was. I mean, even watching it was fantastic. And I will say, I understand why you say that you think it's better than WWE, because their sense of stories were different. You definitely saw like some cohesion in it. The things built one after another. I didn't feel like there was a dull moment either. And I was like, wow, I don't know how to feel about WWE right now, because after watching TNA, it was a new flavor, and I enjoyed that ice cream. Let's just say that. I was down.
Ooh.
I enjoyed that ice cream, and I will be carefully curating more watching of TNA, because it was just... And the fact they used the women differently, I was like, hey, mix it up a little. We don't get to see that too much in WWE. So I was like, mix it up, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. Now we're going to get into that double champ situation on the flip side of Raw. So let's move on to Raw.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I think the biggest story coming out of Raw
is a big dog, Roman Reigns.
Good timing. Good timing. Our tribal chief one, I don't know what his character is right now, but him showing up, doing all the things, it was good. It was good. Braun, okay, let's take a moment here. Braun, yeah, I thought that promo was a little bit of a struggle bus, but you know what?
Ooh.
We're gonna get better. We're gonna keep doing it. You gotta get better at it the more you do it. I don't know. I thought he did really great last time when, Seth was around, and I don't know what happened this week, but it was a little bit of a struggle bus, and Roman didn't make that no better. So I just was like, it's, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, and I just see great things for you. It was great seeing him and the Brawns, them together doing all the things. Having Roman call them the Brawns in that video sent me, because I was like, same. It was all great. It was great to see him addressing the situation with Paul Heyman. I didn't really appreciate the groveling that we saw, because I was like, had all the words.
Why would you not think he wasn't going to grovel? And then on top of that, Seth is gone. He needs someone to lead. What do you mean?
I did say he was looking for his meal ticket. I did say that. So I guess it's my fault for just expecting better of him. But all that to say, I'm excited to see, like we talked about, this tag team match at SummerSlam. However, just side note be here, just here for a minute. It's a little devastating to realize that Jay and Roman, there's no title situation happening for neither one of them right now, or Braun. I was like, ooh. And why is the other Braun carrying around that suitcase when it's not for you? Like, I was like, I thought Seth would have took that home with him. You know what I'm saying? Just hang tight. Why are we gonna walk around with the suitcase? I have questions. So anyone can pop into the chat and give me some answers. I was like, what is going on? I don't know. But I am looking forward to the SummerSlam match, despite the fact that, yes, it's all non-title adjacent. And I'm curious, I will say, to see how Roman finds himself back in that title mix. But I suspect, because of this fall movie situation going on, it won't be anytime soon. That's my thoughts on that.
I mean, I definitely laughed at Paul trying to apologize and trying to get in the good graces, and then I definitely fall out laughing when he said, "You can come over here. We don't have Seth. We need to." And it was like, and then when Roman was like, "All right, we're gonna get back to that, but hold on, I was like, not you sitting here acting like you entertaining this nonsense." And then, of course, I think that's what made Braun go kind of like, because I don't think they knew that was coming out his mouth. It was like, wait a minute, now wait a minute, wait a minute, we just beat him up. What do you mean we gotta be behind him? What kind of nonsense you trying to? What
confused.
kind of nonsense you pulling right now?
As confused as I was at home, like, oh, we switching up real quick, like, okay.
But I expected Paul to switch up. I expected Paul to be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, sir." And then when he said, "I love you, I love your family," he was like, "Sir, we brought you in. Are you dumb? You left me. You left me for your best friend, and then you left me for this thing, bro. Yeah, nah, I'm good. Nah. You don't love me. If that's love, you can keep that over there."
Yeah.
But I mean, that segment was really good. Granted, yes, it led into the segue of knowing that it's going to be Jay, but I didn't expect it to be anybody else because Roman trusts Jay, and Jay's the one who actually beat him.
Yes.
So I didn't expect it to be no other way, and then I like that. And I think eventually maybe it will be where they get tag teams title or whatever. Now, is it going to be better than him and Jimmy? No. But I'm looking forward to seeing what this may bring for them or may not bring for them.
Yeah. I want to know what happens next, I guess. I hope that... I know Roman. Goodness gracious. Ramen. I'm tired.
Wow, are we hungry?
Apparently.
Oh, okay.
No, we just ate. Anyway.
I mean, he could be a little ramen. Okay, sorry. Focus.
Anyway, Roman. Sorry. My apologies. You just got
no late night, guys. No late night, just for y'all. Just for y'all.
Roman, I am curious to see, like I said, what's next, and then. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm a little.
I mean, what's next for Jay too? We don't know what's next for Jay. Yeah, what he's going to go after. So I like this for right now. Until they can figure it out.
I'm a little curious to see what's around the corner and what the long-term stories are happening or going to be and all of that. All right, so let's talk CM Punk and Gunther, because I have to admit I'm enjoying CM Punk and Gunther's like face-offs. I was like, this is kind of fun, and I was not excited about this either, but I'm enjoying the little verbal confrontations, and the fact that Gunther doesn't seem like he gives two F's of that is CM Punk across from him. He's like, I don't really. It's not an interest of mine to even notice you, which is
he has such a nice European. He has such a European like.
He's so unimpressed.
You common folk. No, I'm not impressed by you.
He reminds me of like the growing up the big characters. Like even though it just feels like he's himself, but there's just this presence that he has with him that is not flustered by anyone. And I am appreciative of seeing that bounce against CM Punk and his CM Punk of it all. Because he has all the CM Punks of it all and his stories, because they are always stories. And they keep coming. But Gunther was just so unimpressed, and I was like, same.
Like he's like, let me come out and save these people, because you about to sit here and talk all day about me, and I can just come out here and just talk to you, and we can get this over with and get this squared away, because
he was like,
you're taking this off of me. You can sit here and think you're the best in the world, but I know I'm the best in the world. I am prestige. I am
just finding myself to be more and more of a Gunther fan which is different than what I was feeling. Yeah, it's different than what I was feeling, and I just enjoy his
like what he did to Jay, huh? So we like what he did to Jay, huh? We like that.
No, we don't like what he did to Jay, but that does not mean that I don't appreciate what he's doing at this time. And his character overall, like I'm not.
His character overall is amazing. Yeah, no.
I'm not going to pick him over Jay by any means. I mean, obviously Jay's going to be my favorite above
you don't want me to know.
But I am enjoying his consistency is the thing. Like, you have to admit, he is always great. He's always on. There's no off day with Gunther, and you can't say that for other people. You know, you can't say that for other people.
I mean, there was an off day. Okay. But I get what you're saying. And I mean, like I said, I am looking forward to their match. Do I think CM Punk is going to do it? I don't know.
No. I don't think CM Punk is.
I don't know. Do I think he's going to give it to him? Yes. But do I know if he's... I don't know. Right now, I don't know. But maybe next week I'll find out once they square off again.
You know what? You have a good point, because I said Seth can't be around to ruin it for him. However,
Seth can't be unless Seth somehow make a special appearance. Like, I still ain't gonna let you get this with my booty off, and then run back out. I don't know. Leave it to Seth. Who knows? He made
That's the only thing.
He made Becky do it. Go out there and fuck with him real quick.
Nah, he gonna send one of Bronze to go ahead and take care of this situation. I don't think that.
The tan one.
I just am like, I know Seth is not. You know, he's out. And all of that, and I don't appreciate the internet community like still on this. He's on a work while he's on crutches. Like, guys, let that man heal, please. However, if he were to be fooling us, that's fine for me too. But
I don't think he is, because he actually was outside.
I saw that. Yeah.
Nah.
In his regular clothes.
That's not a fake. There's some where you can, like, okay. Speaking of like watching Trick, right? You kind of knew that was a work because you were like, well, 100%. He's not going to the back. Meanwhile, we watch AJ Francis and his partner not get back up, and so I was like, but but
he's were,
literally
like carried away at some point, though, right? Like, that was the other thing about Trick, is that I knew it was because the camera kept going to him sitting there, and then the camera moved away from him, and you were like, no, and I was like, but is he still out there? That's what I kept saying. Is he still out there? Because the referees kept trying to pick him up to take him to the back, and he kept waving him off. And I was like, you only do that when you're getting ready to come back. That's not, I'm so hurt I can't get up. That is, I need to be out here for my moment. So that's what I thought that was. And again, I don't think Seth was doing nothing like that. So, no. I definitely think... No, he's out and healing journey, and we hope he comes back soon. But that if he's not back, that he go ahead and does what he need to do to make one of the Bronze ruin CM Punk's opportunity to get that title.
Or he's gonna be tweeting something crazy, or maybe he'll pop up on the screen. Hey, CM Punk. Hey, I'm back. And he'd be like, come find me.
I do want to mention this one thing. I have noticed his loss. If that makes sense. Like, it feels like there is a hole on the canvas a bit with not having Seth there. And I think that just speaks to how much his character has, like, evolved and raised, like, his level and his awareness and kind of his, like, presence, to the point where I was like, oh, I really miss Seth. Which, you know, I do anyway. I will always miss me and Seth, ever, period. But I really felt it on Raw this week. Like, watching the Bronze, I was like, they're missing a piece, man. They're missing a piece, and there's no Seth, and there's no song, and there's no dance, and I'm a little sad. All right, let's move on. Since we are just talking about Seth, let's talk about Becky and Lyra.
I'm so tired of them. Lord. I'm so tired of them. And then you doing the same stipulations again. Well, remember, I told you couldn't actually come against me, so I don't know how we got here, but
okay, I want to say, somebody corrected us on TikTok. So the previous stipulation was that if Becky lost, she could not challenge her again for the title. But that if it was vice versa. So Becky couldn't try to do it. It wasn't okay. So Lyra, no. I appreciate that correction. Thank you so much. Yes. So I was like, they corrected us on TikTok, and y'all were right, and we was wrong, and I just want to admit that.
That's fine. I can admit that when I'm wrong. So yes. But even I felt like, didn't she just say something about that on there?
Yes and no. So Becky mentioned, like, she mentioned it, but not in the way we were talking about it. She just mentioned it overall.
Okay.
And she's like, why are you still here? And then she had a point, though. Why are you bogarting all these intercontinental title opportunities? There's got to be other women on the roster who want some. So I was like, you just over here, you're not letting it go. You losing it a little bit, and I respect that, because touche. You know what I'm saying? Touche.
I mean, touche. But like I said, previous that she already had her rematch. You
Yeah.
had your rematch, and you lost. Now, granted, however you lost is how you lost, but you lost, and then you refused to let Bailey have it because you were so mad because you lost, and then we get a triple threat match and y'all still lose.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a little confused on how Bailey decided to become tag team partner. I was with a lot on that one. I was like, why are we tag team partner? Where did that come from? Why?
I was
Why
on
we?
it. I was on Twitter X talking about how that makes zero sense. We're enemies, and I don't understand why we're doing this together. Though that match was great.
It was an amazing match, but I don't.
I was like, is she gonna turn on her? Because if not, this is stupid. And
She definitely did
and
turn
she
her,
didn't.
so.
And I was like, this feels. So I don't think Bailey's done with this though. I think that she's gonna be in this mix somewhere somehow, because they're all inexplicably linked right now, and we're just gonna keep seeing. And I don't mind. I don't mind seeing Bailey at any opportunity. I like Becky. It's not that I don't like Lyra. I just am over this program, and I would like it to move forward. And if Lyra gets the belt back, I mean, okay. I almost don't want her to
Right.
get
What
it
are we
back.
doing with that? Right.
I was
What are
like,
we doing with that?
what's next for her if she gets it back? I just don't want her to. I don't see nothing next for that story. All right. While we're on the women, we could keep going about Stephanie Van Queer, Naomi. Really, Naomi? That was really funny.
That was funny.
And we love us some Naomi, so it was really, really funny. But I'm gonna let you tell this story because, girl, you know this better than I do.
So at the top of the line, we have Naomi sitting here, pretty much telling Stephanie that you're gonna see me in Paris.
Paris.
Oui, oui. Paris. Oui, oui. And which is rightfully so. But she did remind her how you did not beat Io. So let's just say hypothetically, she does win. That don't mean you're gonna become the champion. So yeah. But she was funny. She's like, baby girl. I was like, oh my god, girl, what's happening over there?
I loved it. It was great.
I loved it. But now we're going into the match because now Stephanie and Io has their match. Mm-hmm. Actually, it was really, it was good. It was good.
It was good. It was really good. Let's not even pretend. That was a great match.
I mean, it was good. I'm not gonna go all bananas.
I think it was great.
But it was good. It was great. But then this budding feud with Chelsea and her service.
Like I said, coming from SmackDown, what is happening? I don't.
That kind of threw me for a loop. But then I like the fact that Stephanie and Io started working together. I mean, granted, Chelsea's just funny in general, but it was just like, girl,
Chelsea's a star.
Like, what's happening? And then Naomi coming, I'm gonna come let you know who's coming for y'all. And then Rhea comes out and cleans house. And when I say she cleaned house, she looked good while she did it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even pretend.
She looked very powerful. But spoiler. Neither one of y'all gonna win this championship because Naomi's gonna keep it, okay? Because if they take it, I'm gonna tell you right now, they take that, we are going to riot.
I want a very long and fruitful title reign. That's what I want.
Okay.
That's what she deserves. That's what I'm excited to see.
She's definitely deserves it. She's well deserved it. She's gone through so much. And still having to prove herself.
Yeah, and still excellent. Still exemplifies excellence all along the way. So I'm trying to see a very long and fruitful title reign, and I would rather not riot, okay? If we could just keep our seats, if you don't mind. That being said, there's a few other things we're going to wrap things up with on Raw. We're going to talk about AJ Styles and his 50-11 jobs because, sir, it was really enjoyable. I screamed out loud every time you were on the screen, when you were the janitor, with the whole New Day situation, when we were looking at you when you were a paramedic.
When he was the
valet. I mean, it was fantastic. It's a way I don't think I've seen AJ Styles in a long time, and it was very warm and welcoming to see him in this kind of comedic role. And he's funny, too. And watching him and Dom bounce off each other was great. Didn't love that Dom got the one up on him at the end of that segment, though.
I did not like that. That was not cool.
But he's
not
cleared,
cool.
so that match is happening at SummerSlam this time. So, ding ding. All right, then we're going to get into this Karrion and Sami Zayn situation. But first, all the snaps around for Scarlett looking like a boss, okay? For her kissing her man with all the blood.
All the blood.
Yes,
girl.
Scarlett, you were giving everything. And our admiration is there. I just want to point that. But also, poor Sammy, because, oh my God, how many times are you going to be hit with a pipe? Lord. I feel like I was praying over him over and over again. I was like, no! It was crazy. It was crazy. So I think, we might see him take a little bit of a break, because I think his ribs need to heal, or my soul does.
First off, that tape didn't do nothing. I don't even know. It was halfway up here. Like, what kind of tape y'all be using that don't be staying on there? Like, what kind of tape is that? Because
they're using discount tape. Please don't do that.
That's terrible. I need y'all also to visit. Maybe y'all need to visit Home Depot and get the Gorilla tape, because the tape y'all be using, y'all got from Tape RS, and that is not it.
Tape, Ladder RS. I mean, anything RS, y'all need to stop shopping there.
Okay. Yeah. There's a reason why Toys R Us is not around.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad.
Or Babies R Us. I mean, yes, but it's only in selected places.
That's true.
That's my take.
All right, and then we just want to congratulate LWL from becoming #1 contenders.
Congratulations.
So looking
Let's
forward
see what you
to
got.
I love watching Joaquin do all the flying. He scares the crap out of me every time they slingshot him with that rope. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the Judgment Day. Shout out to El Grande Americano and his amazing Spanish this week, because we all know Chad Gable does not speak Spanish.
Because Chad would have butchered that like a bad hammy.
So Ludwig clearly knows another language, and we are...
And he did not just use Duolingo for a quick session.
No. But again, WWE is getting their money's worth on the Duolingo Rosetta Stone, and clearly y'all need to be practicing with Ludwig, because his pronunciation was spot on. So great job with that this week. Overall, Raw was okay. I liked it. It was a good Raw. It was enjoyable, and it ended in the best way possible with their tribal chief. All right, let's wrap things up with NXT, y'all, because this has been a long one. But we had to cover TNA. I can't just let that go.
We couldn't. I didn't go there for no reason, y'all.
No, we had to cover it. But all right, so many things. Oh boy. All right, I'm gonna start with my mea culpa. Okay, I will take responsibility and say this: JC Jane looked amazing this week as a double champion. I think for once and finally, she felt like she'd arrived. And I don't know what's taken so long. Maybe it was the boost of being, TNA and NXT champions. But my girl came through, and it was like a queen joining her court. And I was impressed. So, and finally, Fallon and Jasmine looked like this was a faction. So,
yes,
thank goodness, because I was wondering if that was ever going to become anything. And she looked great. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that, except that Lash is up next, or she's fighting with Jaida. I don't know what they're going to do with these two. I don't like that they're fighting against each other, in my opinion, because I've been saying Jada's ready, and I think Jada's been ready. And I appreciate Lash, and I enjoy Lash too. But I feel like this next
She shouldn't be before Jada.
It needs to be sure. Jaida. Jaida needs to be the next champion. And I would like to see them cultivate that, because that's what should be happening next. I'm just going to point that out. All right, and then Ethan Page has debuted his new Canadian championship. He's going to be facing Santino. I think it's next week. Yep, next Tuesday. He's going to be facing Santino for the NXT title. I didn't even know Santino was still wrestling, so, I mean, I'm down. That's interesting. But I will tell you, you know who is ready for the main roster? Ethan Page.
Okay.
He is ready. I don't know what else y'all can do with him down at NXT. He is always quality TV, but I think he's ready to move on up. So, you know,
But even if he moves on up, we gotta remember he can get lost in the sauce.
And I don't want him to get lost in the sauce.
Right, so maybe he just stay there, because look what happened with Carmelo. Where's Carmelo?
Don't even get me started. I'm just
saying.
More mad about Carmelo.
I'm just saying,
That's fair.
I'm just saying.
That's fair. All right, fine. That's fair. I'll give that one to you. Don't move him unless, you know, y'all have something for him.
Yeah, I know what y'all doing.
Because he takes such great advantage of all his opportunities. But you're right. I don't see a hole that he would fit on the main roster right now. So touche. Y'all can keep him, and he can keep being.
Maybe y'all can start, you know, switching him over to TNA, do a couple TNAs back and forth.
That could be a thing. That could be a thing. That's a good thing.
There's a lot of players over there that he can interact with.
I think so. I agree with you there. And then lastly, Undertaker showed up because Trick done lost his mind calling out Taker.
He sure did. I don't know, but I mean, he was definitely feeling himself after that match. I was like, yes, I mean, you were able to trick everybody, but I mean,
it wasn't the smartest of things.
That wasn't smart.
And so that choke slam from around the world, it was enjoyable anytime we get to see the Undertaker. And then I forgot to mention his wife was also on the brand. She had a conversation with
them, Jaida, not Jaida, JC
right.
JC Jade, and Fatal, what's that?
Influence, because they were trying to figure out who was going to face Lash and who's going to face Jaida. So you're right. That was also who she talked to. So it was, NXT was great again. So, oof, what a week. What a week of all the things.
I want to say, first off, Trick, I don't know who taught you how to take a choke slam, but, sir, really? The face? Sorry, that was overselling. You were doing too much. Like, I mean, granted, but it was also like hopefully you put your foot in your mouth, because I
hope we learned a lesson, Trick.
Yes, because he was like, you don't want no problems over here, kid. Like, you don't want no problems. And then you was trying to, okay. And what you thought was going to happen? He should have gave you the last ride. But you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's good. And I almost forgot Obafemi retaining his NXT championship in that 3-way with Josh Briggs and I'm going to say
we apologize if we butcher your name.
Nakamura. So we're just going to call you Nakamura because I can say that 100%. I think I said it right the first time, but I didn't practice today, so I apologize. That being said, he won, and of course he was going to win. That was never up to any doubt. But the NXT ended with Taker talking to Javon Evans, because Javon's been trying to figure out what's next. And so Taker tells him, do what you're doing. Go against the biggest in the yard. So I have a feeling it's going to be an Oba and Javon moment moving forward, which, God help us, that's going to be a lot of stress. It's going to be a lot of stress. All right.
But if we take anything from Leon and Moose,
it could be done.
We could do this.
It could be done, right?
Mm-hmm.
We covered a lot this week. I mean, but I do want to say that we're going to be giving you more mama pretty soon. So get ready. We're going to have an announcement for you very soon as we debut our next evolution of our show format. So there'll be something coming your way soon about that.
And you better watch it.
And some new opportunities for us too. You'll get to see us in some different lights as well. So with that, we're just going to remind you, this is your opportunity to hit that subscribe button, because yes, it goes off the rails as it gets late. And, you know, potentially with our new iteration, you guys will spend a little bit more time off the rails with us. But this is your moment. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our content. So you're the first to know when we're dropping our shorts, when we're dropping our episodes, when we cover just about anything. We also want to remind you that you can find us on Instagram, on X, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Instagram, and of course TikTok. Where can they listen to us, Tanesha?
You can also hear us on Spotify as well as see us. And you can also sit here and listen to us on iHeartRadio, Pocket Podcasts, Amazon Audible. I almost felt great about that. Amazon Music. Yeah. Oh wait, and our website. You can go to our website, www.maineventmamaspodcast.com, and you can leave us a voice note. Nice one, if anything. And you can also even, like, if you want to be a guest, you can request, and we'll get back to you.
Absolutely.
Depending on what you do. And what else? Oh, you can write a review now. You can let us know how you feel with thoughts. Also join our mailing list so you can also be the first to get exclusive content. That sounded crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to remind you guys.
Content.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's why I said, wait, hold on, that sounds a little crazy. To remind y'all, we are taken. Anyway, so on that note, I want to remind you that we are not new to this.
Nope.
We're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mamas.
You ended the whole episode. That's how things go.